of what they termed as familiarization of the 14-member committee between the Kenya Kwanza and the Azimio team on those talks, and a number of issues have come up. Senator Osotsi, I know you had a number of things that you need to respond from what remarks have been made by Senator Tabitha, so I'll give you that opportunity.
My good sister said a number of things, but let me try and clarify one or two issues. Because I've been there for a while. What is going to happen eventually after the two teams have agreed to move on, we are going to have a motion on the formation of the joint ad hoc committee. And that motion will most likely specify the terms of reference. And the standing orders are very clear on the formation of the joint ad hoc committee on the issue of membership. When you talk about membership, it means affiliation to political parties. On the issue of a representation from National Assembly and the Senate. And that is where I see a problem with the inclusion of Honorable Kainan, that motion is likely to be challenged in court if it passes, because of having a member who legally belongs to another parliamentary party now being chosen by these other parliamentary parties to represent them. That is a legal issue. The second issue is I think Kenya Kwanza must really demonstrate good faith. Apart from the issue of Kainan, we have not seen them even appoint a co-chair. We still see...
no, I think they did, if I'm not wrong.
We still see Honorable Ichungwa, who is not even a member of the committee, controlling things, deciding the venues for meeting, deciding who will attend and what agenda. So they need to be very clear that if you are not a member of the committee, you are not really supposed to be talking about the committee, to be directing things or what is going to be done. I think that clarity is required from the end. They need to allow their co-chairs to do his work. The way Azimio, we have a co-chair in Otiende Amolo, who is doing things, and in fact this meeting has been convened by Honorable Otiende Amolo. So that way then we'll begin to make progress. The second issue she has raised is the issue that Azimio is pushing for self-interest. There can never be self-interest on matters affecting people, like cost of living. And I wish Kenya Kwanza would take the debate on cost of living seriously, because they need help. Clearly they need help. You know, they have been fumbling here and there on the issue of cost of living. If you look at the measures they have put in place to address the issue of cost of living, clearly there are problems. You are talking about the issue of government-to-government deal on importation of petroleum product from Saudi Arabia. Clearly, as a parliamentarian, I get concerned how that deal was executed. Because if it is a loan arrangement, where was the involvement of Parliament in approval of that loan? Two, where is the full disclosure about this? Which oil companies are going to be involved? Those are issues that we need to know. So when you look at the issue of reduction of the price of unga, you are talking about the Zambia issue, you are talking about importation of maize meal, you are talking about the involvement of the Kenya National Trading Corporation, where we are told there are even issues around procurement process, how the tenders were awarded, who was awarded, at what price. Then you talk about the issues of fertilizer, because they said that one way of fighting cost of living is to subsidize fertilizer, subsidize production. But this fertilizer, again, there are issues around it. You know, even the National Assembly is investigating the procurement of fertilizer. Distribution of this fertilizer is another challenge that they are facing. My own county, as we speak now, there is no fertilizer being distributed on the ground. So all these issues, clearly, they need a conversation. They need ideas from our end. And they cannot just say, oh, this one, leave it out, let us discuss about this. When we talk about opening...
So limiting the conversation to just one issue, do you feel that that's unfair?
That's very unfair. Because Azimio is raising issues which require national conversation. When we talk about the issues of opening servers, in fact, it should not be an issue, because the Access to Information Act and even the Constitution allows any Kenyan to get the information that he needs. But now what is happening? They have become IEBC, they have become defenders of IEBC. Whenever you raise any issue on IEBC, they come out and become advocates of IEBC. So we are saying that opening of servers, if at all you won the election, what is the problem in opening the servers? Open the servers. Open the servers. That's what we need. And my good sister has talked about recognition of Kenya Kwanza government. By engaging in bipartisan talk, it doesn't mean that we are recognizing them. In fact, for us, is an opportunity to determine the question of legitimacy. Because once you open the servers, then we'll be able to address the problem of legitimacy. If they won fairly, Azimio will say, yes, we have seen the server.
So you're saying right now Azimio still does not recognize President William Ruto?
Yeah, clear. We have said that.
As a legitimate
we have said that so many times.
The past election and the leader of the government?
We had our PG, and that was the resolution of the PG. That we have a problem with the 2022 election, and until servers are open, we still have a question of legitimacy.
Will opening the servers change the outcome?
Well, the opening of the servers will tell us the truth.
But
will tell us the truth.
There is something I want to add on this issue of opening the server. You know, we leaders must know that we are building a country, and we are living on a borrowed space and time. So that's such that the things that we are doing here should be for the betterment of the future generation. The opening of the server conversation is not a conversation that only stops at ensuring that people are clear at the past election, but it should be a standard practice. And it's not a standard practice that we are only requiring as Azimio, but it is a constitutional requirement that after every election is done, there has to be a forensic audit of the server, so that we do not have this kind of problems recurring, whereby an election ends, Zainab,